and Charles Davis.
Thanks, Coach. Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Pass. Waiting. Shorty. Move.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And the tight end, Zach Ertz, is key in this offense as we get a look at the starters.
Comes out of the factory known as Stanford, which keeps putting out tight ends. Zach Ertz, one of the better ones we've seen in recent years.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now, it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to...
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's a look at the starters defensively for Washington. In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
Watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end to the left.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. Oh, Cohen lost the football, and the Redskins scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close, and it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning. They got to just be puzzled right now.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. On first down, Cohen. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. They got to figure this out. They got to figure him out. 4 sacks last week. Now 1 in the first quarter. What do?
Well, great pass rushers usually have a go-to move, but the best pass rushers, they have counters to their go-to move. So they'll show you that. Then when you adjust, they counter it and still get to the quarterback. And you don't pile up that many sacks. We had 4 in the game last week without having some go-to moves with counters.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now Cohen. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Wentz. And he completes it to Cohen. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down.
We got 3,
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. Dorsett on the return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. A Redskin 1st down. The pickup, 15 yards. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Redskins with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On play action, Haskins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And they'll need the 39 here for a 1st. This is 3rd down.
Let's go. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
third down. Here's Haskins. And Ingram hauls it in.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to run.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Well, that's 2 sacks in this game, so add that to the 4 from last week. I think that's 6.
Good math. Excellent math. And look, he's going to get all the attention he deserves that he got home and got the quarterback on the ground. But that's a concentrated team effort because you have a lot of guys who occupy blockers to allow him access to rush the passer.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Haskins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start with a give to Cohen. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wentz, the screen pass here to Cohen. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Wentz. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards and a 1st down for Philly. Throwing on 1st is Wentz. It's caught by Jackson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wentz to throw again. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that is incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He struggled. His team has struggled. You talk to me a lot about looking to your leaders. Maybe it's time for him to put his mark on this game.
Agreed. And how that has to happen is somehow he's got to flush out everything that's happened so far and almost start over and get back to that confident level and know that he can play the game, because so far this has been a real struggle.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got the interceptions, trying to turn it around. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. From the 38, Haskins. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to have a 3rd down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
The throw by Haskins complete to McLaurin. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Nelson Aguilar with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Redskins have taken the lead. Extra point good by Hopkins.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now Wentz on 3rd down. That is caught by Cohen. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 44-yard line. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The veteran Rasul Douglas able to break that one up. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yep, another touchdown was scored there. Now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jonathan Allen racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Wentz to try again after the pick 6. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Wentz to throw. That's caught by Jackson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They've really been able to contain Alshon Jeffrey. That catch a rare exception in this game.
And that's a feather in their cap because he's such a tone setter for his team on offense that they try and get him the ball early. And, of course, what comes after that is often. And for them to limit him and him not catch a ball until the 2nd half, it's a big reason why his team is behind on the scoreboard.
Again, it's Cohen. They find some open field here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A little bit of space there for the 1st down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll try to counter here. Cohen, and able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Play action. Now Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Fletcher Cox in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. To throw on 3rd down. Haskins unable to find Dorsett. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 37.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. 2nd and 5 now. Haskins finds his tight end Ingram. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 21. Haskins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Haskins to throw it. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. Now it's Haskins. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Terry McLaurin with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Hopkins with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That time a 9-play drive, and the result a touchdown for Washington. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
A gain of 13, it's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working from the gun, Wentz. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. A gain of 6 there on first.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a third down. The Eagles on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Wentz to throw for it on 4th. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Wentz now to throw. Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Here's Haskins. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss. But with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Nelson Aguilar. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once you threw the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on second down. Wentz. And the ball is knocked out. And the Redskins scoop it. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
You ain't doing nothing.
Following the turnover, it's Haskins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hodges. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Yo, alert three.
Third down. Here's Haskins. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Evan Ingram with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Redskins capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Hopkins with the extra point. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter.
Strong right. 3 down.
Wentz now on first down. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Wentz. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. Shotgun now for Wentz. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. the practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Haskins going to try to throw it. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
Now, I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we...
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
Everyone's got four down.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Here's Matt Weil now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here's Dorsett.
All day, baby, let's go.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on.